Look ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Just come to say that this is, we believe, a very important day. Freedom of speech, freedom of democracy in this country. We're very happy that this year, Mr. Geert Wilders has not been turned back at the airport. He's able to come and let us know his views, to answer questions, and to engage in free and fair debate. So we believe passionately in this country in freedom of speech. We don't have to agree, but it's important to debate sensitive issues in a responsible and a very democratic way. So it's my great privilege and pleasure to welcome you and to welcome Mr. Geert Wilders and to ask you in the discussion, after Mr. Wilders has said a few words, please would you identify yourselves as you ask any question or make any comment. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Geert Wilders.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here again in the United Kingdom. Thank you first, Baroness Cox and Lord Pearson, for inviting me again to come here and to London again. As you know, and as Baroness Cox rightfully said, I was sent back last year, February, when I tried to come on the invitation of both my colleagues from the House of Lords to show fitna and have a discussion. Fortunately, the UK judge, a UK judge, overruled that decision, so now I'm free to come again to the House of Lords. And we just showed fitna in the House of Lords and well, had a debate with people who disagreed with me and people who agreed with me. I think indeed that this is a victory, not so much for me, I'm not that important, but a victory for freedom of speech, that even if you don't subscribe to my views, that I'm able to come here and to speak out my mind. Like George Orwell once said, the right of freedom is especially to listen to somebody who says something that you do not want to hear. So I spoke about the way I look at Islam, the way I look at the Islamization of our societies. I said at the debate and also in my speech in the House of Lords that I cannot emphasize enough that I have nothing against Muslims, I have nothing against any people whatsoever, but I have a problem with the Islamic ideology that I believe is a totalitarian ideology to be compared with other totalitarian ideologies like communism or fascism, and is a threat to our free societies. And fortunately, as you perhaps might have read, our party had an enormous success in the Dutch local election 2 days ago, where we took part in only 2 cities, but where we had, well, in one city we became the biggest party of the Netherlands, and in the other city we became number 2, a few percent behind number 1. And in some of the polls in the Netherlands from last Wednesday, national polls, we became even the biggest party of the Netherlands. We have elections in Holland in June, the 9th of June, and I'm very confident that my party, the Party for Freedom, has a good chance to become not only one of the biggest, but maybe even the biggest party, and I might even be, that is for later, the next Prime Minister of the Netherlands. And if I would be, one of the major points of my political agenda would be a stop of the immigration from Islamic countries, and well, to be more proud of our own identity and our own culture, which I believe is not based on Islam, but is based on Christianity, Judaism, and humanism. Fight more for freedom of speech, introduce some kind of First Amendment in the Netherlands as we have, as they have in the United States today, and fight, this is my agenda, the agenda that we have is an agenda of hope and optimism for more freedom of speech, smaller government, lower taxes, and also a social policy by spending more money for the elderly and other things. So I'm open, I'm very happy to be here amongst my friends, being able, once again, as a victory for the freedom of speech, to show fitna, the movie that is unfortunately so much criticized. I'm threatened to be prosecuted in Jordan. I'm not allowed to enter Indonesia. I'm facing a criminal charge in the Netherlands. Others have sued me or tried to sue me in a civil court in the Netherlands. But today, in the mother of all parliaments, as Malcolm always rightfully says in the House of Lords, I showed fitna, I had a speech and I had a debate, and I'm so proud of my friends to invite me and to be able to do so. open to any questions you have.
Thank you very much indeed. And will you kindly identify yourself, yes, sir? Yes.